What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you're all enjoying your day today. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed it for the most part. The Anna and Valentine scenes, I was here for it. Um, I seen some comments on Twitter where people was all up in arms, acting like prudes over that little scene where Valentine was going down on Anna, looked like he was, licking that English muffin clean. I'm like, listen, people need to stop acting like prudes. What do you think happens during sex? Like, people do get head during sex. I'm just saying, like, women get it, men get it. What is the big deal? Like, I seen so many comments from people. Oh, this is broadcast television. They shouldn't be doing this. It's realistic. It's a realistic sex scene. Who does not get head during sex? I'm not saying everybody likes it, but a vast majority do, get special treatment down there. I'm just saying. So I didn't see what the big deal was. I enjoyed it. I was like, it's about time we get a realistic sex scene around here. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, I'm also happy that Anna and Valentine are teaming up on this and they're officially official as a couple. I like it. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they're teaming up because it sucked that Valentine got that text message from Charlotte where she was sending pictures of her and stuff and texting him. It sucks because he can't see his daughter. He has to see her on Victor's terms. And I don't blame him. Him and Anna was like, nah, this ain't it. We need to do something about this. So when they got to the Metro Court, they bumped into Nina and stuff. Nina was happy for them, to be a couple and whatnot, and asking about Charlotte and asking, the next time he talked to her, have Charlotte reach out to her and stuff. So when they had that conversation with Nina, Valentine got an aha moment. Something clicked, and he was like, that may be the key. He felt like Nina may be the key to getting Charlotte out of there. I think that could work. But my thing is, he got to come up with a very smart plan for it to work. Like, you have to be 4 or 5 steps ahead of Victor. Because if Victor even catch wind that something snaky is going on, something shady, Nina could be in danger. Because you know how, like I said, you got to be very careful with Victor. You know how Victor is. Like, anybody that tries to play him or he catch wind of something, he's not shy about taking that person out. Like, you know what I mean? He's not just going to come in your face, yell at you, and get mad. He's going to take you out. So you got to be very careful with him. Because even Anna's still worried about Lucy and stuff. Like, trying to get Lucy up out of here. Trying to make this plan work without dealing with Lucy. But I'm like, y'all bringing in another woman, it's like you're putting somebody else in danger again. So when you're dealing with Victor, like I said, you got to be quite a few moves ahead of him in order for a plan to work. So anyway, moving on from that, Spencer is looking horrible in Pentonville. I wanted to feel bad for him, but I don't because I'm like, there's people in the prison system that's going through way worse than him, and they all come from humble beginnings, and Spencer does not. You know what I mean? Like, he was sitting there telling Victor about how people bully him pretty much in there. Like, they be taking his food, messing with his clothes, just all type of stuff. Like, they just be bullying the shit out of him in there. And I wanted to feel bad, but I had to laugh because I'm like, I really don't. He looked terrible though. I feel like Nicholas Chavez is killing this role right now with Spencer. Like, I see why he won a daytime Emmy. Like, he is doing his thing with the Spencer role. Because pretty much all the inmates know that he's a spoiled rich kid, so of course they're messing around with him. They're playing with him, bullying him, just to teach him a lesson and stuff. And Victor wanted to step in and be like, "Oh, I want to help" and whatnot. And I do agree with Spencer. He was like, "No, no, 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 I don't need your help because you ain't gonna do nothing but make shit worse." Because he wanted to talk to the warden. Spencer said, "No, that's not necessary." Spencer just need to grow up here and man up. Like, him and his father back in the day used to box, or he used to teach Spencer how to fight and stuff when he was a kid. So I'm like, you better learn how to fight back. I mean, you are dealing with full grown ass men, so I get that it could be a little tough, but you better do some Walker Texas Ranger spin kicks or something, donkey kick, do something, take a paddle or something, hit somebody in the forehead with it. You better learn how to defend yourself up in there because prison ain't no joke. You up in there with hardened criminals. Like, this ain't Spring Ridge. So, of course, he was asking about Avons and Trina and stuff like that. He is worried about his lady. Even though that ain't officially his lady, he is worried about her. With this little psycho running around, he is scared for her. I said, go ahead, Spencer. He trying to fight for his woman. He said, I'm afraid. So when he was in the library and stuff like that, the guard left, and I found that to be a little odd that the guard just left the room and left him by himself. And another inmate came into the room, and Spencer was on high alert when the inmate came in. He was looking at him, watching his back and stuff. Because even Victor told him, well, keep your head up and watch your back in there. And he definitely was, because you got to be on your P's and Q's in prison. Not even just in prison, but even on the street. You got to be on your P's and Q's when you're walking around. You got to, always be visual. Make sure you know where you are and where other people are. So he was definitely doing that. And the guy came in looking at a book and stuff. So when Spencer was moving the books over to the other side, he was bringing the book over to the other side. The inmate just gonna smack the book. And Spencer was like, what the hell, dude? I said, okay, Spencer, you got a little sharp tone on you. Because don't sit there and say, what the hell, dude, to him like you tough and you ain't gonna do nothing. And the inmate beat the shit out of Spencer. Like, he was all hitting him in the head and all that with the book. I said, oh my God. That part I kind of felt bad for him, though. I did. Because I said, don't nobody deserve that. Even if you are a spoiled little rich kid, you still don't deserve to get your ass whooped like that. I'm just saying, like, damn. But I feel like this is a teachable moment for Spencer. Like, hopefully prison life will humble him. And it will teach him to, be more humble in his lifestyle and stuff like that. Be more generous. Be a little bit kinder, not be so snobby and looking down at folks that got less than you. Because that's what he did for years. And it's like, yeah, it's coming back on you. Hopefully it changes him a bit. I totally get where Spencer was coming from when he was talking to Victor about Nikolas not coming to see him. I get both sides of the coin. I mean, Victor was like, what is the point of Nikolas coming to see you when all you're going to do is turn him away? I get that, but at the same time, it's like that's still his son. No matter how many times you turn your child turn away from you or turn you away, that's still your kid. You know what I mean? Even if he is grown, that's still your kid. And I feel like even if Nikolas would have ignored Spencer, telling him, oh, don't come see me and stuff, if Nikolas would have ignored it, it would have softened Spencer, I feel, a little bit, because that would have showed him, like, oh, he really does care about me. That's the father that I know. By Nikolas not showing up to visit him not one time since he's been in there, or even make an attempt, that's showing him that he's right about Nikolas and how he's been behaving lately. Like, this is not the father that raised me. This is not the guy I know. And I totally get it. It's kind of like a test in a way, to prove something. Like, okay, this is the dad I know versus this other guy that I'm dealing with. So Victor pretty much found Nikolas and told him straight up, listen, you need to get your ass up to that prison. You need to man up. You need to go see your son, because I just seen him and he's not doing well in there. You need to go see him. You know what I mean? And that's a damn shame for your uncle to have to tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, for your great uncle to have to tell you that. Nikolas needs to man the hell up. Speaking of Nikolas, he was pissing me off. I wanted Finn to whoop his ass. I'm like, Finn, knock his ass out, because I'm getting so tired of him. Like, he really tried to get all up in Finn's face because he's pissed at Finn for going to Elizabeth or whatever and Ava behind his back, trying to get her to change the story about the alibi situation. And I'm like, Nikolas, go sit down. Because what really irritated me was he tried to point the finger at Finn. Oh, you're the reason that Elizabeth's life is not going well. Like, her life is spiraling out of control because of you. Nikolas, go sit down. Like, he sits there and try to act like, oh, he got Elizabeth's best interest at heart. Elizabeth has been going through hell this past year. Pure hell. Where the hell has Nikolas been? What type of friend are you? You have not been there for that girl. Finn has been there for her. Even though I don't agree with Finn's methods of, like, ignoring what Elizabeth want from him. Like, when she asks him to give her a little space and he ignores it. I don't agree with that part because he is a little pushy. But at least he's there. I feel like Nikolas is only there for people nowadays when it benefits Nikolas. Like, Nikolas is out for Nikolas. That's it. At least Finn is genuinely concerned about her and trying to genuinely help her. Nikolas is only out to genuinely help his own damn self. That's all it is for him. And luckily for Nikolas, Gregory was there to push Finn back because Finn was getting all up in his face. Finn was about to knock his shit out. Like, Finn was tired of his shit. He was so sick and tired of him. So, Ava is getting discharged from the hospital. Thank God. Nina came over, with the offer. She was like, listen, you could come stay with me. The offer is still out there. I still cannot believe how far Nina and Ava's relationship have come. I really cannot believe it. I'm like, damn, y'all relationship came far. Like, you literally snatched a baby out of her coochie, and y'all are friends all these years later. I would have never guessed. If you would have asked me this shit a few years ago, I'd be like, nah, they would have never been friends. But damn, they friends now. So of course Nikolas and Victor come in, and Nikolas talking about, oh, that's not necessary. She gonna come home with me. Ava said, pump your brakes, bitch. She was like, I'm not coming home with you. She said, I'm going to the home that I feel safe in. I feel familiar with, and that's my old home. I feel her in that. And I'm glad she made that choice not to go back to Windermere, because that shit is super toxic. Like, no, she need to get on up out of that situation with him. Like, I understand they gotta be in this marriage because of this Esme situation, but even that wouldn't make me stay in this stupid ass marriage. I'm just saying. So I'm glad that she going home with Nina. Good for her. You know, Nikolas need to go focus on other business, like his son for that matter. So anyway, moving on from that, BLQ needs to stop being so extra. Like, she really came in there all because Finn, she kept not Finn, Chase. She kept banging on Chase's door and stuff, and he finally opened the door. And, you know, he opened his door, he was scantily clad. You know, nothing but in some underwear, that's it. And she's sitting there looking at him and squeezed a cup of coffee and stuff. I'm like, okay, Brooke. Okay, BLQ, go on in the bedroom and sex him up, because that's clearly what you want. But she had to stop herself, because that's what she really wanted to do. So she had to stop herself from doing that. And they start talking about this whole Link situation. I will be so happy when the Link storyline is finally over. Like, BLQ, why not just open up your checkbook and write that man a big old check to get your songs back? Because this whole plan just sounds like it's gonna fail. Like, I just feel like it's not gonna go the way that she thinks it's gonna go. Like, she wants to put on this big show that Chase fires her and he signs with Link and he leaves Link high and dry. I just feel like this has disaster written all over it, and I'm ready for it to be over. Chase is only doing this because of her. That's the only reason he's doing this. He doesn't really care about being in the music business. All he keeps talking about is getting back on the PCPD. That's what he's worried about. You know what I mean? That's where his passion is. Do I think he could have a good career in the music industry? I think he could. He know how to sing. You know, but that's not something that he wants. So I think he should go for what his dream is, being a cop. You know, trying to fight like hell to get that back. You know, and Chase didn't care about nothing. Chase was trying to get him some of that coo poo. He was like, listen, let's go to this bedroom, and here go BLQ. No. We gotta, you know, stay on track here. And then she's sitting here telling him, no, he can't have coffee because of his vocal cords. Getting rid of all his food. Talking about, I'm gonna get you a proper breakfast. I would have told her, listen, you could properly get your ass out my house. Like, for one, I'm not getting no ass from you. Two, you trying to throw away my food and I can't have coffee? You need to exit stage left. I'm just saying, like, you need to go. Because you're killing my mood today. Like, you just need to bounce. So anyway, moving on from that, Sonny and Nina was talking about catching up on everything and stuff, talking about Ava and Nikolas, and Sonny had his fucking nerve. He's sitting there talking about, oh, Ava and Nikolas' marriage is so toxic. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? The pop meat kettle, because Lord have mercy. Who the hell is Sonny to be calling somebody relationship toxic? Sonny Corinthos. Michael Sonny Corinthos Jr. calling somebody relationship toxic. I'm like, Sonny, have you seen your relationships? The recent one that you were in with Carly for over 20 plus years? That whole shit was toxic. You and Nina, toxic. You and Claudia Zaccara, toxic. Need I say more? Like, you've had so many of them. You and Brenda, toxic. Come on now, who is you to talk about somebody's relationship? But then when Nina pointed that out to him, she was like, well, some people could say that about us. Here goes Sonny. Well, I don't care what people think. And you really think Ava give a damn about your 2 cents? No, she don't care. You could keep that shit in your pocket. So Miss Wu comes up talking to him or whatever, giving her little condolences and whatnot. But then she started talking about the poker game. She wants Sonny to have a seat at the poker table or whatever so he can win some money or whatever. And Sonny was just like, no, I'm not interested. I'm good. Because Sonny was like, shit, I'm already making money at the door. Because they started talking about the Chase show that he's going to do at the Savoy, his performance. And Miss Wu pretty much admitted, like, that shit ain't nothing but a front. Like, his performance ain't nothing but a front because the poker game going to be going on anyway. Um, I'm just like, damn, Curtis, you really need to get out of this situation because Miss Wu and Sonny are making money off of your ass. I'm just saying, like, they both making money off of you. Like, how much are you getting? You know, this is why I feel like it was stupid of Curtis to get into any type of business work. I'm like, she's making money hand over fist, and Sonny's getting a cut of the door. Curtis, you are in the wrong business. Like, sir, you should be getting a big ass percentage off of this if they just gonna be using your club as a money pit. Because that's pretty much what they doing. They using his club like it's the fucking Federal Reserve or something. I'm like, how do I get in on this? Because y'all making some serious ducats. So Chase comes up in there hoping to catch Nina or whatever because he wanted to thank Nina for talking to Curtis about getting him the gig at the Savoy. But Sonny was like, I don't think Nina's the one that got you that gig because he was like, a lot has been going on, so Nina hasn't had a chance to talk to Curtis. And that's when they kind of were wondering, well, who set it up then? But Sonny kind of looked over at Miss Wu. She smiled at him, and that's when he realized Miss Wu, due to a past conversation that they just had, he realized Miss Wu was the one who set that up. I'm like, of course. You know how Miss Wu do. She always 3 steps ahead of people. I love her. I love her. Like I said, if Maurice Bernard ever decided to retire and they want to get rid of Sonny, I could see her stepping up because she already making inroads in that town. You know, owning deception shares, lurking around the hospital, getting in good with Curtis at the Savoy. Like, she making her rounds. So I could see her taking over. And I wouldn't be mad at it. I like her style. So moving on from that, even Alexis is over Nikolas's bullshit at this point. Like when him and Finn was getting into it, and Alexis had to break. Alexis came in and had to escort Nikolas off. Even she over his foolishness because she ain't got time for it. Her best friend is laid up in the hospital going through a surgery right now. She ain't got time for no foolishness. But that article she put out there though, she knows that it's dangerous to put that kind of article out there. But she feels like she had to poke the bear. Like she has to do something to get this killer to maybe make a mistake to draw the killer out. I don't blame her, but she need to get some type of security on herself because she is connected to Sonny too. So plus you wrote the article, so you're now in way more danger. You could be next on the hit list, so she might want to do something to get out of that situation at the very least. Protect herself. So Elizabeth, she was talking with she bumped into Gregory. And she wanted to ask him some questions about Finn's wife Rico because she wanted to know like how much do Gregory know about Rico. Trying to get a little background because she's trying to figure out how she's connected to Finn's wife. So I don't know how much Gregory is gonna be able to tell her, but hopefully something. I also like that little conversation Elizabeth and Ava had about Nikolas and stuff because Liz was like basically she only ever seen Nikolas really in love with one other woman. We all know who that is. But she felt like Nikolas really is in love with Ava, but that marriage is it's just too damn toxic. You know what I mean? Like that's some shit that I don't know if I could deal with every day. Like it just had me spinning. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Hope you all have a great night, have a great weekend. I'll see you all Monday. Peace.